I'm running out of food, so I'm going to have to climb this tree to find some food to last me for the next few days. To be able to climb this tree, I'm going to have to use integers. So first, I'm going to have to find the positive number of the width of this tree, plus the positive number of how deep the roots go into the ground. So that would be 66 by 7. If I multiply 66 by 7, I get 462. So that means two things. First of all, if you multiply a positive number by a positive number, you get the answer is a positive number. That also means that I'm going to have to climb this tree using tree climbing type 3. So that means I'm going to have to widen my legs out wider than usual. Now that I've found out how to climb this tree, I'm going to climb this tree to find the food. Okay everyone, what a rare sight to see. I found a rare Jenna duck owl. If I can knock it off the tree, it will die, and I will have a good meal for the rest of the 3 days. Be able to find out how much weight the branch can hold so I can get on it to knock the Jenna owl duck off the tree, I'm going to have to use integers yet again. First I'm going to have to multiply the positive length of the stick times the negative force of gravity pulling on the stick. So that would be 4 by negative 11. If I multiply 4 by negative 11, I get negative 112. So that means that when I multiply a positive number by a negative number, I get another negative number. This also means that the branch cannot hold my weight, meaning I'm going to have to find another way to knock the Jenna owl duck off the tree. Now that I have failed of finding a way to get the Jenna owl duck out of the tree inside when I'm up on the tree, I'm gonna have to find a way to do it when I'm on the ground. This will mean throwing rocks at it. Okay, so this is another time for an integer lesson. To be able to knock down the Jenna owl duck from the tree, I'll have to use integers with my rocks. So if I multiply negative angle to throw the rocks at, and I multiply that with the positive gravity pulling down on the duck, I will get a negative number. So that means the positive angle is 11 and the force of gravity is 13. If I multiply that, I get negative 115. Okay, now that I use integers to find out the angle I have to throw the rocks to knock down the rare Jenna owl duck from the tree, I will now attempt at knocking it down. And the angles of integers. I knocked it out. Okay, I've separated the meat out of the Jenna owl duck carcass, which is right there. I've gotten its meat, and now I have enough food to last me for the next few days. Yep, the Jenna owl duck has very good meat. It's high in carbohydrates and protein. This meat will last me for lots of days, even though I'm eating it right now. This meat is so good. Okay guys, what we see here is the common hobo. I'm gonna have to find a way to get around him, otherwise he'll start begging for money and I'll be in a real jam. Okay, I'm gonna use integers to find a way to get around him. Okay, to use integers, I'm gonna have to multiply a negative number by a negative number. So I multiply the force of how bad his begging is, which is negative, multiplied by the negative force of how much gravity is pulling down the rock he's sitting on. I will get the answer of how I have to go around him without him noticing me. Okay, so I'm going to have to multiply negative 72 by negative 47, which equals 3,842. So that means that when you multiply a negative number by a negative number, you get a positive number. It also means I'm going to have to go all the way around to avoid him. Okay, I've gotten past the hobo, and he hasn't said anything. That means that we should go and continue on our exploration of survival. Okay, everybody, I finally almost made it to my final destination. A destination that is filled with everything I need to survive for the next couple of days. It's the abandoned play structure that's now taken over by constricted vegetation. To get there, I'm going to have to find out how long the path takes me, and to do that, I'm going to have to use integers. Okay, I'm going to have to use integers to find it out. So I'm going to have to take the positive length of how long the path is to the destination, divided by this positive speed that the wind is going right now. That means I'll divide 150 by 2. Which is 75, which means that when you divide a positive number by a positive number, the answer will be a positive number. It also means that there's 75 more meters before I reach my destination. Okay guys, I finally made it to my final destination. The abandoned play structure of constricted vegetation. And monkeys. You can see some stupid weed whacker and lawnmower guys have come and removed all the constricted and monkeys. Meaning that it's now a plain abandoned play structure. This means that the supplies are up back there, which means that we're going to get across here. And now across here, as you can see, is made of cyanide and lava. To do this, to get across it, I'm going to have to use integers. To use integers, I'm going to have to divide these bars by the negative amount of lava in the cyanide lava. So I divide negative 62 by negative 43, I get 72, which is a positive number. So that means when you divide a negative number by a negative number, you get a positive number. That also means that I'm going to have to use climbing type number 3 to get across the cyanide lava mix. Okay guys, I've made it across the cyanide lava bridge, so now I'm gonna have to get across here to get to my supplies. Unfortunately, I have to get across here, which means I'm gonna have to use special skills. Oh, damn it! Okay, finally made it up to where the supplies are. They're down there, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to climb down. Okay, so to climb down, I'm gonna have to. Whoa! I'm accidentally falling down this stupid slide that's covered with cyanide, which means to get up, I'm gonna have to use integers. Okay, so I'm gonna have to divide a positive number by a negative number. So that means I'm going to have to divide the positive number of how long the slide is by the negative amount of cyanide on the slide. So if I divide 42 by negative 32, I get 76, which is a positive number. This means that when I divide a positive number by a negative number, I get a positive number. This also means that I'm going to have to use type 4 to climb up the slide. Okay everyone, I've gotten on the slide, and now I'm going to have to climb down here or there to be able to get my supplies. I'll have to climb down here to get to the supplies. As you can see, I made it down here, but the supplies are hidden. They should be under here, and if I look slowly, there should be some raccoon meat and some other supplies to allow me to survive. Looks like the stupid person who put this here forgot to actually put it here. Looks like I'm gonna have to head home without no supplies. Better head back to the rendezvous site so I can get picked up by a helicopter to end the show. Okay guys, I finally made it back to my rendezvous place. So if I climb up the tree, I'll meet the helicopter to get me out of my survival fittest area. Okay, but before I can climb up, I'm gonna need to use integers. So first, I'm gonna have to divide a negative number by a positive. I'm gonna have to divide the negative force of gravity pulling down on the roots of the tree divided by the positive tree. So that would be negative 42 divided by positive. I'm gonna need to use integers. So first, I'm gonna have to divide a negative number by a negative number. I'm gonna have to divide the negative force of gravity pulling down on the roots of the tree divided by the negative height of the tree. So that would be negative 42 divided by negative 118, which is 82, which is a positive number. This means two things. Number one, when you divide a negative number by a negative number, you get a positive number as the answer. This also means that I'm going to have to climb up very quickly because my helicopter will be here any second now. So here I go. The helicopter will be here soon. Okay guys, I made it to my helicopter rendezvous place. As you can hear, my helicopter is right above us at the moment. So that means I'm going to have to climb up. Here comes the ladder, and it's right down here. Okay, I've almost climbed up. Now I'm inside the helicopter. Thanks for watching Math vs. Wild with Cletus Grylls.